Let's go bust your ass today. Tell your dad. Went on this big kick of RPE, and RPE stood for the Relentless Pursuit of Excellence. And so for me, that was my favorite of all of his slogans. And he passed away 3 years ago. So, sorry, did not see that coming.
It's okay.
Passed away at his celebration of life event. Like hundreds of people came. Anybody that bought a shirt, all of them went to help kids be able to go to camp. I've wanted to create my own that says RPE 4, and instead of it saying FJC, there's just a line. And that you fill in your blank. Because like it's easy for me to see that and be like, let's go bust your ass today. Tell your dad.
Yeah.
But my dad, you've never met. So, but you could put your mom's initials in there.
Sure.
And you could put, your kids' names in there. Because that's what it's about.
Welcome to another episode of the Level Up Podcast with Kelly and Jay.
Where we help you elevate your life and business.
All right, tell me about this hat. First of all, where's my hat? But whatever. Tell me about this hat. What does this even say?
I don't know if you'd made the right donation to get this hat.
I need a QR code.
I will work on that. But we did run out, so this edition is no longer in print. Well, the hat, it's a little slogan, RPE for FJC. And so when I was growing up, my dad was running basketball camps at the time, and he had a big, kind of fun personality. A little Bobby Knight, super intense, but then a little bit like Caddyshack, like Bill Murray fun. And if you could kind of find those two.
Wow.
Yeah, just big over the top personality. And he loved, the interaction with the campers. And when he started the camp back in 1972, he brought life skills to basketball and and everyone's like, you're not ever going to be able to do that. And, at one point we had 13,000 kids come through the camp. It was the largest residential camp. And my sister still operates it to this day. I help out like 1 week of summer. But at the camps, he had all these little phrases and slogans, and, like I think I talked about PMA, positive mental altitude. So you'd have these, like, he'd be, speaking, and then he might ask the kids, how's your PMA? And then they'd have to stand up and say, boy, am I enthusiastic. Or, who starts your engine? And the response from the campers was, vroom, 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 I'm a self-starter. And there's a bunch of those. And so kind of later, maybe like at the end of my, I was done with college, but I was still helping other camps, and I was probably working mortgage. He went on this big kick of RPE, and RPE stood for the Relentless Pursuit of Excellence. And so for me, that was my favorite of all of his slogans. And he passed away 3 years ago. So, sorry, did not see that coming.
It's okay.
When he passed away at his celebration of life event, like hundreds of people came. And so we did the shirts as like, we bought them, and then anybody that bought a shirt, all of them went to help kids be able to go to camp. So he started a nonprofit to be able to help kids like himself, because my dad kind of grew up in a, very low income household with lots of kids, kind of wrong side of the tracks. And so he always had a big heart to help kids. And so we do a lot to be able to help kids that can't afford to go to basketball camp or other camps to be able to go to the camp. So we did that as a fundraiser. And then that Christmas or Thanksgiving, I did another round to raise money for camps. We did these hats. And so,
Well, count me in.
Next time I will get you one.
It sounds like this really has become part of your dad's legacy.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, it's kind of it's always kind of driven me, the concept of RPE. And I loved going to Ninja. I know you're a Ninja, and many in our Cornerstone family are also ninjas, and they talk about the concept of mastery. And I think RPE and mastery just go in together so well, because excellence or mastery are not a destination. That's a process, and you're relentless, right? And I love that idea of the relentless pursuit, because you're never arriving, you're never settling, you're just continually striving to, be better. And I think, in your career, I've watched you, RPE. And what do you think has helped you just kind of walk in day and day out and say, hey, how do I go love people bigger and serve at a higher level and shine brighter and add value in ways that are different?
Yeah. It's a good question. I think a couple things. One, I truly have a heart for education. We're so blessed in this business, in this mortgage industry, because we learn things that are life skills. And I really feel a responsibility to be able to share that with the communities we serve. So everything that I do has been based on being able to share information, whether they use me or not. I don't know how many times I've said that.
Right.
Whether you use me or not, this is important. This will be helpful to you. This would be something to consider,
Right.
and I truly mean it. And sometimes they don't use me. Let's just be real.
That's real.
But my why, and that's the purpose, and that's what has driven me all these years, and really that's the purpose even now in my career, is to be able to bring information that matters to people, to help them navigate where they're at and
Right.
where they're going. And man, it's just fire.
Yeah.
It hasn't dimmed.
Yeah, I think I kind of get emotional just kind of thinking about the why and the power. And I know that you're somebody that just lives life on purpose and with intentionality. And I definitely appreciate your zeal for the people that in your community and the people that you get to work with. And I think that's so important.
Why the emotion?
I probably think about like this idea that I've had of, for me, like the why is it's such a big deal. Um, gosh. Um, it's so important to be able to connect what you do to a bigger picture, because what we do is hard. And it doesn't matter what anybody in our company has a hard job.
Yes.
And being people, it's hard to be a mom, right? I don't know, but my wife tells me. It's hard to be a dad. It's hard. Marriage, if you look at the statistics, marriage is hard. So to have a thriving marriage, that takes work. To stay, physically active and fit, that's hard. And to go be successful in business, that's hard. And so what are you doing to put in your gas tank to really, propel you in the right direction? And, if you don't have those whys, you're gonna, you're gonna fail. And I think um, for me, knowing that there is a higher purpose to what we do each day. And part of that is,
It's okay.
hey, so thanks for giving me a second. I kind of got choked up. I miss my dad, and that's hard. But I think my energy was around this fact that I have faith, I have family, I have my kids, and I want to do a great job for them, and I want to honor them. And so when I wear the hat, and I have friends that wear this hat, I've wanted to create my own that says RPE 4. And instead of it saying FJC, there's just a line. And that you fill in your blank. And you, the audience, you would put your blank in there. Because, like, it's easy for me to see that and be like, let's go bust your ass today to honor your dad.
Yeah.
But my dad, you've never met. So, but you could put your mom's initials in there.
Sure.
And you could put, your kids' names in there. Because that's what it's about.
Well, Jay, I feel like I have met your dad just a little bit today. So I see him shining through. And he is proud of you and watching over you. And he's going to kick your butt to RPE it, baby.
Let's do it.
Yeah. You know what? We're going to do that if it's okay with you. And we'll work out logistics. But maybe we can put that in the corner store and just make this available to our community here.
Sure.
Because at the end of the day, what is it that moves you to tears?
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, everyone needs to tap into that power of what their why is, because like I said earlier, life is hard. This business is hard. And if the more you can be able to recalibrate yourself towards your goals with fuel in your tank, the more likely you're going to be able to get to that destination.
Yeah. Thank you for being so transparent and honest today and just showing your true self. It was beautiful.
I didn't see it coming, and I obviously needed to get some tears out. So thanks for your patience with that.
Oh, my honor. Well, thank you all for another episode here of the Level Up Podcast with Kelly and Jay.
Love you guys. Have a great week.
See ya.